God is a representative. God, Jesus, and the devil are all one and the same. God is a representation of your higher self. The devil or Satan is the representation of your lower self. Jesus represents your physical body, the thing in the middle between the two, or between the two, as above, so below. It's all about representation. This is why the devil or Satan could not exist within the same place as God. This then is what you call duality when that split happens. I have to make sure that the light is separated from the dark and the dark is separated from the light. They can work alongside each other, but there is a choice that you have to operate within your higher self or your lower self, God or Satan. And when you are a believer in Christ, it is not a man that you believe in, it is a level of consciousness that you are awakened to. See, the Bible is metaphysical. There's a lot of alchemy going on up in there. It is not meaning what most people think it means. It is not a book to live your life by, because if that's the case, I can hand you a Harry Potter book and you can do the same thing.
How y'all doing? This is, I think, the 15th, if I'm right. 14th. I think it's the 15th or 16th. One of them damn two. But I know it's Monday, though. But I'm on here, even though I could have made this video last night, but I waited to make this motherfucker this morning when I wake up. And the video I just seen of, like she said, how God, Jesus, and the devil, and basically Jesus, our physical body. Everybody think Jesus was an actual person. No, he really is us. It's higher consciousness. That's what it is. And God is what tell you to do for better your physical and your conscience. The devil or Satan tell you to drink, party, smoke for your lower self. But in a sense though, even though I know smoking is still not bad, it's just a higher consciousness. It can get you up there too. But everybody uses it for their lower self because they haven't healed all their traumas and everything, which that's why it brings them down to the lower self. That's a lower vibration. Even though I can operate out of both, but I heal my trauma and all of that. And not really, I'm still learning myself even more. I'm being 100%. I'm still learning myself. But for me, I was operating on my lower self, and I was used to. I was doing that for like 7 fucking years, bro. Like, you get used to operating out of that. And when you actually operate at your higher self, it's a whole different feeling of then being at your lower self, the higher level of consciousness, like she said. And that's why I be saying it's more to the add. You can see it's conscious. So with me, it's like, I don't like lying on my channel. I don't like doing that. But for me and my higher conscious self of me, knowing that I was operating on my lower self, and that's still trauma passed down as a kid, as I'm thinking that it's right to smoke, even though it is, but you gotta do it as a ritual. It's a thing that goes with that. You can't just always keep smoking. It's a ritual with that. So it's like, even though for me it's a yin and yang, one cannot live without the other. Dark and light, you can't live without the other. You still need them both. So me right now, I'm operating out of my higher self than my lower self. And if I do operate out my lower self, I can't do much. I ain't gonna lie, I forget stuff too if I operate out my lower self. And I've been realizing that. It's like, once you go to your lower self, you lose consciousness of self and physical body. It's weird, I don't understand that. But in a sense, you cannot forget who you are though. But if you do, then I guess you just go black out and go to sleep then. Some people die, some people don't die. And all of that is weird. It's a lot of shit that goes with that. But, and then how much you use of it too. But I ain't saying for everybody to believe, but for myself, I seen it for myself. So it's like, operate out of your higher self, you can do a lot more than you do at your lower self. Your lower self keeps you stuck at that frequency that everybody else at somewhat in this 3D, like 3D, 4D, weird. But really, I think it's 3D, 2D, with your lower self and with your higher self, you can elevate consciously. 05 and all of that, I ain't finna get to all of that because everybody know about this shit in this world. So if you know that, you know that. If you don't, that's on you. You better do your research. I don't want to tell you, bro. But I know it. But it's just like, damn, bro. And that's a choice you willing, if you willing to pay. And the choice you willing to pay, like they say, the law of attraction, even though it's your intentions, what you do with it. But the law of attraction is still the law of attraction, bro. It's just weird though, bro, for me, because I need them both. It's a yin and yang for me, and I'm still learning how to actually balance that out, because I can't live. If I stay too much in the light, I will be trapped in the light. It will be called the 3D, the materialistic world. Everybody focusing on all of this shit, and if I focus too much on the dark, I will be on my lower self, so I forget a little bit about the 3D or my higher conscious self, which is my physical body and everything on this planet. It makes you forget, and it makes you feel like you don't need none of it, when actually you still do. It is a balance though. You gotta balance that shit out, but you can't. And that's what my thinking is. I still think that's why people meditate and all that, because in a sense it still brings you into that higher consciousness, but you can, what's it called? It's like a vibration, it's a frequency. You can lower it or you can higher it, in the sense that if I'm thinking I'm right with meditation, I'm still learning that stuff for my own self. So I ain't got no proof of that right there. But myself seeing with my smoking, instead of it dropped me lower. It did drop me lower in my conscience, as you see in my video. Then I woke back up. It took a minute. Now every time I do start back smoking, it lowers me back down, and I lose my consciousness, myself, my physical body. I do and I don't at the same time, but I really lose consciousness, and I have to snap back or pull back into my consciousness, because it really be your subconscious that comes up and knocks out your conscious. So it's like everything you do consciously, you will not do. You do everything subconsciously. So it's like how you feel at that moment, that's how you gonna be feeling. So if you ain't in a happy place or you sad, you gonna be feeling sad when you smoke, bro. Regardless, you can't change that. Ain't no way changing that until you get off the high. You happy, you gonna be happy with the high. See? But in the sense, what I mean, it really, you operate at your higher conscious self. Then when you're not happy, I can do that. I can still operate at it, but if I do so much, it will lower me. It will knock my conscious down, bring my subconscious up. So it's like a battle between the conscious and the subconscious mind when you get high or when you smoke the weed, Same thing with drinking, but drinking doesn't do that. It really lowers your vibration into this 3D materialistic world. That's when you get trapped. And so it's like all you do is drink, because that's your dark side that you haven't healed from. You haven't balanced that out with your light side, which is your higher consciousness of yourself, knowing yourself, and everything around you can be affected too. And people don't be realizing that sometimes. But I realized that for myself today, bro. Well, let's say Saturday, because I'm over there cooking with my cousin and everything, and I smoked, and everything I was doing before I had smoked, it's like I forgot. So it's like, in a sense, I forgot in a split second, but not in a split second, but eventually in a split second. So it's like I didn't snap back until like an hour, bro. I swear to God, I did not snap back until like an hour, because I was like a damn child. I swear to God, bro. I did not care what nobody else was talking about. It was everything at that moment, how I feel and what I wanted to do. Not thinking of the level of consciousness you need of stuff that affects you, this and that, or you got this going, that and that, what they doing and all. Like, we was cooking and everything, and the cooking we was doing was on a grill, but I feel like it would have came out better if it wasn't high, but it still came out good. But in a sense, her consciousness wasn't even there, bro. She didn't snap back until I had snapped back. But I was already snapping back into my consciousness, so I had to still control the whole area, make sure everything's still going straight, because I almost basically forgot about my conscience. My conscience was getting pushed out the way. It was my subconscious coming up. So I had to bring my conscience back up, get back into focus, realign myself. And that's when I feel like, I really do feel like it is people's intentions though. But regardless, it still lowers your vibration. It still shuts your lower self. So it's like, it's literally like being a kid, bro. Kid don't know the right from wrong, what they doing. You gotta teach them that. That's consciousness. All they know is operating, even though they don't operate at the lower, so they still operate at a higher self. But we gotta teach them the consciousness of this 3D, to be conscious of what you do and everything, how it works in this 3D, in this platform. Because kids operate at a higher frequency than 3D. They see stuff we don't see, or do stuff that we thought they can never even do, and they can fucking do it. Kids can do a lot, bro. Because they're the ones that haven't been lowered. Their vibration has never been lowered. They haven't been through no trauma. They haven't been through none of that. And if they have, as you see with this fucking world, everybody smoking, drinking, shit like that, blah blah blah. It's a lot of shit that goes with why everybody do what they do. But you have a choice to operate at your higher self or your lower self. And me, I pick my higher self, bro, because my lower self don't get me nowhere. It really traps me. It don't do nothing for me no good, bro. I never seen no progress with it because I wasn't consciously awoke. And now I'm consciously. It's like I still have to balance it out, but it's like I don't need it. I swear I don't. But it's like I can't forget who I am in an insane sense. But if I do so, if I stay in the light, then like everybody else to be running around for the money, 3D materialistic, trying to get this and get that, which is good. You need all of that stuff. But in the sense you will forget about yourself. Well, some people would, some people won't. I won't, because I know myself still. But in the sense of a balance though, you have to balance your yin and yang. And everybody don't know how to balance that yin and yang. Everybody think one gotta be, it's one or the other. Highway or my way. Like, no, motherfucker, it's both ways. Your way and the highway, motherfucker. You both can ride on it at the same time. It just gotta be balanced, bro. Secret, like, hold up. It's like an infinite sign. You know how the infinity sign goes like that? That's how yin and yang goes. It goes, we coincide each other. So once that, if one of them overtakes, then it'll just be this instead of this. One of them gonna take over, they'll be like that. So when you smoke or if you drink, and some people, they do so much that actually drops them out of their higher self and jump to their lower self, so now they spiraling in that lower self until they go to sleep. Then they wake up. Now they coming back into realignment with their higher self, which is the level of consciousness, the level of being awake, the level of not operating like your butt was reborn again, basically. That's what it really thinks smoking does and drinking does. Well, drinking, it just lowers you into this materialistic, so you can get you, like, it's like a grounding sense, but it's not at the same time, because it still lowers your vibration. I don't like drinking. I fucking hate it. Like, I swear to God, I do not like it. I don't even drink. If I have to drink on a party, I will party a little bit, but I'm just not a drinking motherfucker. It just don't work for me. I hate the feeling of it, how it goes. If I do, I gotta give me some, some gin, some shit, some alcohol, like real strong shit to come down 3 shots. I'm gone, bro. We rolling. Let's go. Like, if it ain't that, bro, I really don't fuck with drinking. Smoking, it enlightened me. That's why I say it's people's intentions with it, because if you ain't got no good intentions, and you over here smoking just to cope with your trauma, past, somebody died, shit like that. It's a bunch of stuff everybody smoke for and drink for. And that right there, it elevates that, what you feeling. You're not actually trying to raise up your higher consciousness to be awake with the fuck going on. You're not actually trying to deal with that pain. And what smoking does is actually, even drinking does that too. It actually brings up that emotion that you have, and subconsciously, that's why they say a drunk person is an angry tongue with a drunk. I don't know, it's one of those two, but if you're drunk, that's an angry tongue. He's telling the truth because that's in the subconscious that it brings up. That's what drinking does. It brings up everything, your subconscious, your emotions, everything. Now with smoking, it will bring that up too subconsciously, but you have to decide you want to deal with that because you can still push it off. But if you don't, all you're gonna do keep doing the smoking, you get high, you go to sleep. You wake up and now you still got the same fucking problem that's still been sitting there. All you did just pushed it off. But consciously it's still fucking there. Subconsciously, that's all you did. You just brought your subconscious, throw your conscious off, so you said fuck that. It's basically what you do when you smoke. But some people don't know how to actually really use the smoke. And that's where it was sacred and it was a ritual back in the day. Even though everybody had trauma and pain, but that was a ritual to higher enlightenment, higher consciousness of the physical and mental. But if you do so much and you stay with that, then it will lower your vibration in a sense, and you just be like a dead ass zombie. I swear to God, bro. You think I'm lying, bro? Like, I seen for my damn self, I can't do shit. And it's like, unless I'm smoking to elevate me consciously, if not, I don't need to smoke. Because it just makes me like a dead ass zombie. It makes me like a kid that got born, don't know what the fuck he doing, but it's just screaming out of his mouth basically. Like, make it make sense, bro. And that's when I say it's a yin and yang balance. You have to still balance that out though. But one cannot live without the other. But in a sense, you do too much of that other side, you overtake your consciousness. You do too much of your consciousness, but not really. It's still your attention, how you use it and what you're doing about. So I feel like still consciously, you can still do, you always can do a lot with it. But if you get trapped with this 3D materialistic world, that's how you forget about who you are in general. So that's how people around here, not saying working the same job, but yeah, or working a job that they don't like, somewhat like that too. Or it's like a rat in a box, basically. You gotta think outside the box. And me, it's like I'm a living proof, a testimony of I lived this shit and did it, bro. That's why I post everything on my YouTube now. I keep it 300 because I don't like to lie. I never like lying. Everybody like lying. Don't lie, don't get you nowhere. I swear it don't. I seen it for myself. It really don't get you nowhere. And it hurts that guilt inside of you and everything that you lied and you know you lied, and now you gotta figure out how to keep playing that same lie. It just don't go well, bro. It really don't. It really don't. I just don't like lying. But motherfuckers hate real motherfuckers too. On top of that too. They always hate the motherfuckers, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. But man, my fucking eyelash, bro. I got some long ass eyelashes though. Okay. I ain't give me a haircut, hairline, cause my shit growing back. But it's like, that's why it's like, when I cut my hair, it's like, even though I had to cut all my negative energy off, cause there was a lot of negative on there, I need to get rid of that. That's why I cut my hair, cause I need to get rid of that. But now I'm at my hot back to myself, cause when I cut my hair, I wasn't myself at all. I really wasn't. I was still finding myself. Now I found myself. I know who I am. But I find saying it's a yin and yang balance, infinite stone, infinity sign. If you overtake, that much you go just like this, and then you spiral down, or you can spiral upward. But you can only so far spiral upward because you still have to balance that out. That yin and yang. You still have to balance it out. In a sense that I'm still learning it with my own self, but I'm still living proof of my shit. So as you see, I can't even make no fucking video when I was making videos of my lower self. And I seen that for myself because that was my old self back then. For real back then when I was a kid, bro. 14, bro. Swear to God, man. That's how I was looking, bro. 14 years old. I used to see when I come back, like little chubbiness, chub on my face and shit. That's for me. I was 14, bro. That's how I was looking, bro. Like my lower self, man. But it's like now I have a higher consciousness now, bro. If I say it's more to the it's a level of consciousness, and everybody want to keep playing Jesus or God. God is within you. You are God. You tell yourself what you want to do. You tell yourself you want to do wrong or you want to do, good or you want to do bad. You can pick a choice. And the bad is Satan, the devil that sits on the other side of your shoulder. We got God that sits right there. They both they both cannot live without each other. They both need each other. They both can work beside each other. But if one of them overtakes, the other one will try to still come back and bring that part down, but you can't let that part get bring down so far, because then that will overtake. So you have to literally balance both of those out. That's how people get trapped in this 3D materialistic world. Peace. Wake up, everybody. It's a level of consciousness, y'all. It's not from the ass. Conscious.